G'day guys, happy Thursday to you all. Hope you're having a good start to your day. Let's jump into today's daily analysis. We'll swing over to the calendar. We'll have a look over there. What do we got? We've got some news at 8:30 today, high impact news. So if you're looking to execute, I would be waiting for news and then subsequently waiting for New York Open at 9:30 before looking to take a position. Of course, if you've got some evals you want to pass and you want to try and get it done in one hit with the old one shot, one kill approach, then by all means use the news to your advantage. That's just for eval. Expediting evals though, guys, so we don't do that for trading otherwise. All right, let's go back to the charts. All right, here we are looking at NQ. And we see that we got more of a move into our internal level here yesterday that I was looking for. Didn't reach as high as I was possibly anticipating, but that's okay. We did get a move higher. We took out Tuesday's high and we've pushed away. So we're now moving to external. So bias, I'm looking for move to external, so bearish bias today on NQ. Let's drop down to the hourly. We can see price did fill this gap yesterday. But it wasn't able to push higher. And we also see a bearish unicorn setup here. Here's our stop hunt, high resistance liquidity, FVG aligned. And we also see this becomes a change in the state of delivery, because we had a change in the state of delivery bullish down here at the lows. Now we have one in this move lower here. So we get our sweep of these highs and we get our change in the state of delivery. So if we were to run our projections, and would you know it, that price aligns, the swing low aligns with our -2 to 2.5. So it's a good target area, that. This is also low resistance liquidity here, failure swing. So bearish on the hourly structure, bearish on the daily, so that's our time frame alignments. Both bearish, which means if we're going to look for a position, we can look for a position short. Okay, let's jump over to ES. And something I'd been looking for and we got yesterday was ES finally reached into this internal level of liquidity. So now we can look to external. So looking for price to continue to these lows here, to this low. So bearish on the daily for ES. Let's drop down to the hourly. We can see that ES was able to fill this volume imbalance or this opening gap. ES was able to fill that as well. And similarly to NQ, we've got our breaker aligned. Aligned with the breaker is displacement. So this is a breaker plus FVG. Stop hunt. If we run our standard deviations, again aligned with this swing low. So it's a nice target area. Let's see if price has a willingness to get there today. We are consolidating at the moment, so will we see maybe a AMD with news potentially and then continue lower? It's just an idea. Just an idea. All right, CL. So the bias yesterday for CL was actually was a short bias because we had come out of this internal level. So we were looking for price to continue to the low here. Clearly that did not happen. If we mark the midpoint there, price was able to close above. But we're still at an internal level. So with that idea, it's not a failed level yet. We haven't pushed through this level yet. So with that idea in mind, I would still look to a short bias. And on a lower time frame, we'll probably see that this here is low resistance liquidity as well. Let's drop down to the hourly and check that out. So price has reached into this gap, this bearish FEG, and has rejected from that. This is potential for a bearish breaker if price can find its way through. that would also be an area I'd be looking for a change in the state of delivery. If price can get through this level. And as you can see, we do have that low resistance liquidity resting through here. This would be high resistance liquidity. Our standard deviations align with our lows down here. -1 aligns with this low resistance liquidity. So it's really just a case of will price push through this level and move lower. So I want to see this level broken through before I confirm an hourly structure. I'm leaning towards bearish, but until I see this change in the state of delivery, then I will remain neutral, excuse me, neutral for the time being for CL on the hourly structure. So that means we're not aligned with our daily bias, so I wouldn't look to execute any trades on oil at this stage. Dixie, what is that candle? Wow, that's wet. That's wild. Let's go to the daily. What an interesting candle. So price swept external liquidity. We were looking for price to reach internal. It did reach internal. Started pushing away, which means we would target this low. Moving from internal to external. A bearish for Dixie. This gap, what a interesting gap. Makes it pretty interesting to read, doesn't it? Like, I mean, essentially that one candle took all this liquidity through here, and then it opened up back up here. That's that gap that you see on the daily is from this low to this point here. So if you're looking at that as high resistance liquidity, I mean, we've also taken this level here. And then if you look across the highs, it's low resistance liquidity. So yeah, excuse me. I don't really like the look of Dixie at the moment. So we had a change in the state of delivery here. which price is actually respected. So yeah, I'm going to stick neutral on DXY on the hourly for the time being. I want to see what price does, you know, sort of around the high and low of this candle, because we're within that hourly range there right now. So I want to see how we react, you know, whether we can get the push higher here or if we do move lower. So neutral for DXY on the hourly. Gold. Okay. So gold was pushing out of this internal level here, which it has done, continues to do so, continues to seek these lows. I'm still looking for gold to reach lower. Price is still currently located within yesterday's range. We haven't taken the high or the low. So we may see gold reach higher, take out yesterday's high before continuing lower. But I'm still sticking by, with a bearish bias on gold. Jump into the hourly. And you can see that range that we're sort of sitting in at the moment. Price is respecting this bearish PD array, however. It's come up, it's been unable to push through, and it's done that a couple of times now. It's had several touches here, so we'll see what price is going to do here. This is Wednesday's high, this candle here, so is there potential that we might reach up before moving lower? We'll just have to wait and see. But it's still bearish. It still looks like we're in that market make it sell model. I'm targeting these lows down here. Distribution, consolidation, distribution, consolidation. You know, is this our last our last consolidation before we distribute lower? We shall see. While we're on gold, let's have a look at the 5-minute quickly, because I took a trade last night that, or yesterday, New York Open, I should say, that where are we? Was a little frustrating, but because I'm located in Australia, New York Open is pretty late for me. It's 11:30 at night, so when I take a trade at New York Open, I like to be out of it by 1 a.m. in the morning my time, so I can get to bed. So I jumped into this trade on gold short. I had a short bias, so that was great. Here was the breaker. our stop hunt was here. We were into a higher time frame point of interest here. We got our push through, and you know, it wasn't the cleanest push through. We did get a close below. My entry was on this candle, and of course price mucked around. You know, I nearly got stopped out. My stop was at 44 ticks, so it was actually right on the breaker. And then you know, I just want to show this to you guys because I wonder how many people could handle being in this trade for quite some time, you know, before it finally broke through and moved lower. Interesting fact is that if I can bring, which tool was it? Right here, this candle right here is where I exited the trade at break even because it was now, you know, around 1:15 in the morning. If I had have just held on for another 4 minutes, I could have garnished 1.7R or close to 1.7R. Needless to say, that wasn't to be the case. But it's just one of those trades where price mucked around, eventually broke through. You know, it nearly stops us out. We have some wild candles in here as well. For it to actually reach 2R eventually. You know, it's just one of those trades where it's, if you're sitting in it, that's working hard on your psychology. You know, can you handle being in drawdown for, you know, essentially for an hour and a half drawdown before eventually it starts pushing through. Then it comes back up. If you are holding for 2R and you didn't take profits down here and test the breaker again before expanding lower. So one of the things I really liked about this trade was all this low resistance liquidity through here. For me, that was always going to be taken out. We were also above midnight open. So I really liked the trade. It's just unfortunate timing, I guess, the hour and a half spent in consolidation, essentially in drawdown. So I just wanted to highlight that trade, guys, and you know, just wonder how many of you could actually sit through that sort of drawdown for so long without sweating. All right, let's go and have a look at Euro. Jump out to the daily. Yeah, so Euro's been consolidating a little bit within this range, hasn't it? So here we had Monday's candle. Tuesday stayed within the range of Monday. Wednesday stayed within the range of Wednesday. Today's actually the first day we've taken a high from the previous day, so that's interesting. But remaining bearish, external liquidity sweep to internal. So remaining bearish on Euro USD. If we have a quick look at the hourly structure, we can see that bearish PD arrays have been respected. We don't have a change in the state of delivery, a bullish change in the state of delivery at the stage or anything like that. So, but you can see that after we had this move higher, we've just consolidated. So price has respected the bearish PD array here. You know, if we're able to continue to push lower, we have all this low resistance liquidity residing through here. We've got equal lows essentially through here. We have a change in the state of delivery. That was our bearish one through here. We had the displacement through, so prices respected that. So it's still bearish idea for me here on Euro. If we want to run our standard deviations, it would be from this high to this low. And then again, you've got all this low resistance liquidity resting at the -2 standard deviation. So bearish for Euro. Gee, everything's bearish. Something's got to give. Something's going to go the other way today for sure. Everything's red. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. I hope you guys have a wonderful trading session. Have a good day. Please like and subscribe. Share the channel around. We greatly appreciate it. Love all the support, the comments that you guys send through. I really appreciate it. We're getting better every day. Jump on those evals. If you want to jump on any evals, My Funded Futures or Apex, use code Jimmy for your max discount. Thank you, guys. We'll catch you tomorrow. Bye for now.